The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Coming up on the news at noon, as now Hurricane Adelia makes its way to Florida, how one task force in the DMV is getting ready to help.
And we're watching the track of Hurricane Adelia with tons of moisture moving up into the southeastern United States. I'll let you know if we have any impacts from Adelia coming up.
And later, big deals are making Labor Day a big deal. We're stretching your dollar. And good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Shanika Grimshaw in for Mark Hall. Preparations are underway for the hurricane in Florida, and just take a listen.
There really doesn't seem anything to prevent it from continuing to strengthen. This is going to be a major impact, and Floridians should expect that this storm will be a major Cat 3+ hurricane.
Virginia Task Force 1, we're headed down south to the Gulf Coast area, and we're going to provide urban search and rescue relief. The people here are the best, and I'm very proud to be with them. And
joining the prep, Virginia first responders are in Florida to help those ahead of Hurricane Adelia. The storm is expected to make landfall as a major hurricane tomorrow. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is in Chantilly, Virginia, where Virginia Task Force 1 left to head south.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency deployed the task force last night. It sent 80 team members to help residents in Florida as Adelia is expected to hit there tomorrow morning. Florida residents are stocking up on sandbags in preparation for damaging wind, rain, and flooding expected from Adelia. Some residents are under mandatory evacuation orders. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis declared a state of emergency in 46 counties ahead of the hurricane. FEMA is activating Virginia's Task Force 1 to help with search and rescue efforts. Florida has already mobilized 1,100 National Guard members as well, along with 2,400 high water vehicles and 13 aircraft for rescue and recovery. Virginia Task Force 1 deployed with 60 tons of equipment to the Gulf Coast last night.
I mean, I love giving back to my community, so this is just a great way to do it, and there's a lot of training in it, so it's also a great time to just apply what I've learned, so work with a great team.
FEMA is also coordinating with officials in South Carolina and Georgia, which is also expected to be in Adelia's path. For now in Chantilly, Liberty Zabala, DC News Now.
All right, meteorologist Scott Sumner joins us live with the latest check on the forecast. And Scott, we're looking over the Kennedy Center in DC, and you can't even see the Kennedy Center, really. It is just so foggy and hazy.
Yeah, a little bit of drizzle out there as well here, Shanika. We're getting some light rain, not tropical in nature in the sense that it's coming from the tropics, but it certainly feels tropical out there, that's for sure. Now, I do want to talk, we just came right out of that Adelia package, so I want to right off the bat get into that quickly and then get into our forecast. So what we will have out there with Adelia, as you see in the Gulf Coast there, a lot of red in color. Now, the deeper the red, the stronger the center of the core of the system. And there's quite a bit of that because it's over very warm waters here in the Gulf of Mexico. Already, of course, hurricane watches and warnings in place here. But as Adelia continues to move a little further to the north and the east, it will make landfall, like I said, probably Wednesday night, and then recurve past Savannah, up through Wilmington, and then back out into the Atlantic as a tropical storm. Now, as you can see, here we are up in Washington, very far removed from the center, and the reason for that I'll get into in our main weather. But in the meantime, we have some showers here locally, a little bit of light stuff as you saw with a live camera here. Some very light rains in the district and points just to the west of the district. As you can see, very spotty in nature. You also notice a couple of counties here in the green shade of color, and that is indicative of a flood watch that is in effect here for from 4 o'clock through the evening into about 2 o'clock, and that is for potential overflow of streams, creeks, rivers, as we see here, aerial flood watch. Again, that it goes through till 2 in the morning. Starts out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and runs through 2 in the morning. So as you can see here, the next 3 days after tomorrow, after tonight and tomorrow, we get into some gradual clearing on late Wednesday. We'll have that 7-day forecast coming up for you.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Frederick County Sheriff Chuck Jenkins is returning to the job full time, and that's despite being under an active federal indictment. DC News Now's Lex Juarez is in Frederick this morning with the latest.
Well, Jenkins made the announcement he's returning to work full-time yesterday afternoon, but back in April, he pled not guilty to that federal indictment. Now, the indictment accuses him of being part of an alleged plan to illegally purchase machine guns for department use. A grand jury indicted him on charges of conspiracy and making false statements in order to acquire the guns. And that same day, Jenkins took a self-imposed leave of absence. Well, the sheriff's office took to Facebook to announce his return to work and explain his reason why. It said in part, quote, "There is no reason not to return to full duty at this point." He went on to say, "As it stands, I am still the elected sheriff of Frederick County. I am the only law enforcement officer directly accountable to the voting public." Well, Sheriff Jenkins made this effective immediately, so he is currently back on the job. In Frederick, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
All right. Meanwhile, in the district, Mayor Muriel Bowser spoke at Destinations DC 2023 annual marketing outlook meeting all about tourism. That's what she was talking about. Bowser said that local visits has a bounce back to 91% of pre-pandemic levels, while international visits is at 60%. Take a listen.
We know that hard work is paying off. Visitors are back in Washington, D.C. Over the next year, we particularly look forward to supporting Destinations DC's new There's Only One DC campaign.
The campaign aims to support local restaurants and shops and historic locations. And happening today, the Washington Commanders have until 4 p.m. to finalize their roster as they downsize from a 90 to a 53 players, and that is a players roster. And as of now, the Commanders have made 12 cuts with 25 left to go. One of the more notable players who's already been let go is Prince George's County native Jared Patterson. Coach Rivera spoke about just how tough it is to make cuts at this point in the preseason.
We do feel that this is going to be one of the toughest conversations we have, especially when it gets down to the depth. I mean, you know, if we keep 9 or 10 offensive linemen, whoever 7, 8, 9, 10 are going to be, I mean, there's a huge conversation that's going to go on.
One player we know has secured a slot on the final roster, starting quarterback Sam Howell. He's set to lead the Commanders in their first game of the 2023 season against the Arizona Cardinals. That's on September 10th. And as another busy Labor Day weekend approaches, Virginia police officers, deputies, and troopers are ramping up traffic enforcement. The Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign runs through this weekend. Governor Glenn Youngkin's office says more than 150 law enforcement agencies are participating in the campaign. They'll conduct more than 100 sobriety checkpoints across the Commonwealth, and this is the 22nd year for the program. And officials say in that time, alcohol-related crashes have gone down by 38%. Deaths decreased by 23, and injuries have decreased as well. And meanwhile, as several states get ready for Hurricane Adelia, there are concerns about what the storm could mean for gas prices. Analyst at Gas Buddy says there are several oil refineries in the Gulf of Mexico, and refineries in the storm's path has to shut down. Now, Adelia is predicted to make landfall as a Category 3 hurricane, and that is tomorrow. And some analysts don't think the storm will cause any problems.
In this instance, Adelia is forecast to go into the northeast of Florida for now, and there's not really any infrastructure there. There aren't really any pipelines in harm's way. There's not really any refineries in
mind, experts say they don't expect prices to rise drastically. According to AAA, gas prices in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia have been trending down in the last week. And with more electric cars on the road, the state of Maryland is facing a loss of revenue from gas taxes. That decrease is expected to get worse with a plan to phase out gas-powered vehicles by 2035. And right now, all highway infrastructure projects are funded by the state gas tax. It's projected Maryland is starting at a $12.4 billion shortfall.
Over time, gas tax is going to be a fraction of what it used to be. That forces Maryland to figure out, okay, well now, how are we going to pay for our roads and infrastructure? For what's the best policy to try to replace gas tax with some other forms of funding.
In Washington County, officials are concerned about funding for roads as discussions continue over plans to possibly widen Interstate 81. And in financial news, our morning anchor Corey James explains changes coming to Amazon shipping costs as new security measures from PayPal using artificial intelligence.
And Amazon is raising the amount customers will spend for free shipping. This applies to some customers who do not have Prime memberships. Now, the retail giant says it will cost those users $35. That is up from $25. Experts say the increase is based on how far someone lives from Amazon warehouses. And in other news, PayPal says it is now using AI to fight fraud and make paying easier. The company says it will begin using AI to predict unusual shopping patterns that can be signs of fraud. PayPal says it is also planning to roll out a new checkout feature using AI to predict the correct shipping address for online orders based on your ordering history. And for more financial news, you can check out the Consumers tab on our website, dcnewsnow.com. In the studio, Corey James, DC News Now.